welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Fee, and together with my family of 3, soon to be 4, we moved to the Netherlands from the United States, and I just love getting on here to share my experiences with you guys about our new life here in the Netherlands. And today I wanted to make a video, hopefully the first of a series of random differences between the Netherlands and the United States. In today's video, I'd like to talk about a huge difference that I just found out about last week. I was not aware of this, and that is male circumcision. So you guys know how we do it here. Go ahead and get comfortable, get yourself your favorite drink, and we'll get right into it. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this series will be about things that are pretty different between the two countries, but for which there doesn't seem to be a logical reason as to why the two countries handle them differently, or at least I can't seem to find one. So let's get right into the facts. In the US, about 71.2% of males are circumcised. Worldwide, that number is ranging from 37 to 39%, and in the Netherlands, it's 5.7%. So about 3/4 of men are circumcised in the United States. That's not only way above the number in the Netherlands, but also way above the worldwide average. Now, if I can be perfectly honest, before I came to the Netherlands, I mean, truthfully speaking, before last week, I had no idea that circumcision was not common practice here in the Netherlands. I mean, I never actively thought about this topic, but since the Netherlands is a Western country, I assumed that most of the males would be circumcised just as they are in the United States. So when I found out that circumcision is not the default here in the Netherlands and that a majority of the Dutch men are uncircumcised, I not only was surprised, but I had a lot of questions, which quite frankly still have not been answered. Now, only about 3% of the American population are Jewish or Muslim, so that definitely does not explain the 71% of circumcised men. So what I'm trying to figure out is that why is there such a huge difference regarding cutting off a piece of somebody's body between Europe and quite frankly the rest of the world and the United States if it's not for religious purposes? Now, I've had a lot of people argue that it's for hygiene purposes because it's cleaner, but because we live in the 21st century and the Netherlands is a developed country, this cannot be the actual reason. In addition to that, I'm sure that Dutch men can confirm that it's possible to clean yourself even with foreskin. Historically, of course, circumcision had a lot of traditions in a lot of different cultures and religions, but it wasn't very common in the Western world until the 19th century. And that was for 2 main reasons. The first is that doctors believed that foreskin was the cause of a lot of diseases, so they believed that circumcision would prevent or cure them. Some of those diseases included syphilis, erectile dysfunction, and bedwetting, which those all kind of make sense. But they also believed that it would cure other diseases like epilepsy and skin cancer. The second reason is that there was an increasingly negative attitude towards sex at the time, especially masturbation. They called it self-abuse. So they believed that by circumcising infants and boys, it would prevent them from masturbating. And for the same 2 reasons, some doctors also practiced female circumcision, by the way, which unlike male circumcision, fortunately did not catch on. And a fun fact for you guys, one of the many advocates of circumcision at the time was John Harvey Kellogg, who was the inventor of cornflakes, who was actually a medical doctor. And not only did he advocate for circumcision to prevent masturbation, but he also said that the consumption of Kellogg's cornflakes would prevent it. Now, I gotta say, that's some genius marketing strategy right there. Now, obviously today, we know that circumcision does not prevent all of these diseases, unfortunately. And it also does not prevent men from masturbating either. So naturally, the number of circumcisions has gone down drastically in the 20th century, at least in the English-speaking world. In the UK, the procedure had to be paid for out of pocket since 1949, and this led to a drastic drop. and it also went down in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. In the US, however, the number was at 72% in the 1950s, and it's at over 70% now. So why is that, America? Now, admittedly, the rate of newborns that are being circumcised in the US has gone down. It's at about 55% of newborn boys right now. But I mean, that's still more than half and quite a big number, and still a lot of surgeries. Plus, most of these circumcisions are done to infants. So what I'm trying to understand is that why has it been normalized for us to have a part of our infant boys' bodies cut off without really our consent, because it's just part of the normal procedure when a baby is born, especially since the medical advantages of circumcision have been disproved, except for studies that suggest it reduces the risk of HIV transmission. And yes, of course, there's also the aesthetic concept. But should the US reconsider letting the male choose if he wants to get circumcised once he's older? I would absolutely love to hear from you guys about this topic. If you're American, are you as shocked to hear as I am that it's not common practice here in the Netherlands and the Europe as a whole? Do the facts now make you doubt the practice? And if you're Dutch or from another country, what are your experiences with this topic? Has it ever come up? Did you know that it was common in the US? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you found it informative. If you did like it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't already, I hope you would consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you guys are aware anytime I post a new video. And until next time, Dewey.